Okay. You want to start this one? Or you want me to?
Why the fuck they give us a Christmas movie in Halloween?
It's still good, man. Like
I know. I'm just giving shit. I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out something bad about this. All right, guys. If you know what Terrifier is, if you know what Terrifier 2 is, this is more of that. More creative fucking kills.
Yeah.
Gory. And finally, which I believe this is what I complained about when we watched 2, we get some backstory about Art the Clown.
A little bit.
Yeah, but enough. We don't want a lot, though. That's what I said. I don't want a lot. I don't want to know if this guy's really named Joe and he works at the fucking auto shop. I want to get a little bit, though, to make the mystery be like, all right, now I get it.
Yeah. So yeah, you learn a little bit about Art, especially through what's the girl's name? The girl that's basically the little girl that's been following him. You learn a little bit about
Sienna.
Yeah.
Sienna.
Yeah, I thought Sienna. Okay. Yeah. Is it Sienna? I thought Sienna was okay. Anyway,
Sienna is the girl, the end girl. The end girl of the last 2 movies.
Yeah.
Gabby is the little girl that's
so Gabby and Art together, and you sort of learn about Gabby's actually the little girl that's
you mean the spooky evil thing that just keeps popping around. Okay, she was from the first movie, Terrifier, and she came back. She was the one being interviewed in Terrifier 2. I watched all of them this week to make sure I had it all up to date. So she was the girl that had the messed up. That was the only survivor from the first movie.
Oh, that's Victoria, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Victoria.
And so Victoria and Art are basically connected in some way. You sort of find out about it. Yeah. And this one near the end, sort of, you're like, oh, sort of at the end of it. But there's more. There's more that you learn, and it obviously kind of ends on a cliffhanger. But no one goes into Terrifier movie worrying too much about the story. What you want is Art going around and fucking up people. It's gonna be hard for some people.
And that's what they did.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for some people's stomach. There is. I'm not saying that there's actual child death in it or child murder scenes, but there is stuff you do see, and it can be hard for some. I was fine. I've seen those horrible shit growing up on TVs and movies.
Oh, dude, my parents just would give me money to go to the video store, and they have no idea half the shit that I rented. I'd rent one movie as a distraction to make it be like, oh yeah, I rented this happy movie. And
I was a teenager when basically the internet was a Wild West, and so I had friends that would be like, check this shit out, and, and so but yeah, Terrifier 3, it's. For all you people who love gore, hey man, this is your movie. Fucking, you're gonna get tons of it.
This is a person gets suffocated to death by another person shoving that person's face into the inside of their carcass.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Somebody masturbates with a piece of sharp glass.
I was squirming the whole time during that.
I can sit here and describe so many of these segments to you,
and you're
and it doesn't even matter, because when you still see it, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck did I just see?"
And so
that's the thing about Terrifier, and this is the problem I think it's gonna have in the near future. Is these kills are creative, man. Some of this shit is just ridiculous. This one we get a whole lot of chainsaw. Chainsaw got added.
Yeah, a lot of chainsaw, yeah.
But I mean, and it made the chainsaw great again. And and to be honest, I can't wait to see what they got next. Like, I'm already, it's one of those movies that you want it to end because it's so gorish and screamish that you're kind of like, I think I'm good. I think I'm good for a minute. But at the same time, you want it to just continue because you want to see what they're going to come up with next.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a semblance of a storyline. Damien Leone's almost there. When it comes to storyline, he's almost there. But really, we're just here to see Art do his thing because Art is he's hard not to laugh at. He does the most horrible shit, and so the movie does inject goofiness into this. You cannot take it too seriously and enjoy it, or you can be just a complete bummer of a person. You'd be like, "That's awful,"
because awful. There's so many. I mean, by any means, if you're schemish, 100%, this is not the movie for you. This is not the one for you to take your friends to or anything like that. But if you want horror, if you want gore, this is it, man. Mm-hmm. This is the movie at the theater right now. This is number 1 at the box office this past week, and it's going to be. I'm guessing they're running it through Christmas. I'm guessing it's Christmas Day. Huh?
They got to. They got to. Or they. I think they want something for Halloween. What says Halloween more than Art the Clown? You know.
Yeah, but at the same time, Christmas is the number 1 movie day of the year, and this is a Christmas movie.
You take your family out to go see Murder on Christmas Eve movies.
Dude, Black Christmas was one of the number 1 movies ever, unlike on Christmas Day. So was what was the one? Violent Night. What's another one? Like I'm trying to think of. There's another one I'm missing. Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Okay.
Back in the 80s. Like I'm telling you.
So what I hear about this movie is that the gross is actually higher than you think it is, because there are plenty of teenagers that were buying tickets for Wild Robot and then snuck into this movie. Like they're saying there's 30. They felt like that they found like I think they felt like they're like 30% increase of people sneaking into movies for this one, because you had that 13 or 15 or 14-year-old kid who's like, I want to see some reflective shit, so they walked in this to see it, which is,
I mean, Santa Claus art is pretty fun. I mean, all these scenes are just to die for. Oh, there's a good old whatever her name is.
Victoria.
Yeah, Victoria. And I mean, it is just so I don't know what
that last one reminds me of Freddy Krueger.
I know it did too. It did me too. Like there's so many of these that I don't know which ones I'm allowed to show. And I mean, so that's why I try to just do that one. It's like I would love to do Art the Clown, but man, I do not want to put that makeup on.
I don't want that nose, man. I have a nose, man. Like I want to fucking breathe. You know what I mean? It would be fun, but also we also have to have the angular face, and like you have to put on a lot, And but I'm sure I'm gonna see plenty of people just Art the Clown this Halloween, But you want just in the Santa costume, or you think they're just gonna do where you are the clown with this clown suit and his hat? You have to wonder.
Right. But yeah, so I guess just a way to do it is to rate it, because at this point we've like, what more do you say about it? It's gory as hell. There's a lot of good jokes in it. The acting is exactly the acting you think it would be. This movie I loved it. I think it's great. In fact, I'll give my score first. I think this is a 4.4. I love this movie. Wow. This is, the acting in it is by any means what you think a B movie is going to be. And it was, but the creative ways that they came up with killing people, I don't know how this doesn't end up on my top 15, my top 10, or my honorable mention for the year. Like, this is like one of them this year that just made me, I snorted laughing in the theater. I literally had to cover my face up like this, and it's I'm like, oh, that's how I was laughing. And at first, I had to scare people in the theater. I had to.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they hear somebody in the back going, like.
Yeah. So, Neil, you guys don't know this, Neil is fucked up. And he finds the kills are very creative, and if you're squeamish, you're gonna hate this thing. If you're like me or Neil, you'll find a lot to like about it. Mine's not near as high. I just knew this was a very Neil film when I was watching it. Well, Neil's gonna love this shit. So my score on this is a 4.1. It's a pretty good movie. It's a Terrifier. I can't wait for Terrifier 4. I'll be watching that shit. Opening weekend.
To make me squeamish. To make me almost want to look away from the screen is That's a feat, guys.
There was a scene where I was like,
there's two specific ones I can point out.
Yeah.
That'll be burnt in this side of this brain forever.
Yeah, you'll be clutching parts of your body when you see it. You're like, oh, it's still there. But Terrifier 3, man. It's a horror film. It's a gore fest. It's completely depraved and demented, and we really liked it.
I loved it.
What's the audience score on Terrifier 3 on Rotten Tomatoes?
It has to be 82%.
88%.
Damn, they're higher than I thought.
All right, Neil. What is the critic? Oh, the audience says, stepping up the ante to play disgusting gore fest in Terrifier 3 cements Arthur Clown as an iconic horror villain for ages and sequels to come. Expect the arts lurking this Halloween. All right, now, what is the audience score for Terrifier 3? The critic score, sorry.
Man. 75.
You were so close, 74%.
Ah, damn it. I'll hit one again someday.
Certified Fresh critics' consensus is, taking the axe to Yuletide cheer and everything else in its path, Terrifier 3 is a bloody fantastic stocking stuffer for the holiday season. And I'm going to read you a review that I actually found on my phone. I want to, real quick, Neil, I'm going to tell you the review that is, it's just by a fucking nerd. And this is from Edward Douglas, the Weekend Warrior. He says, we already live in a horribly cruel world, so a movie that deliberately tries to pass off wanton violence to entertainment is just plain disgusting. All right, man. You missed the point.
This was a fun movie. I had a good time.
Yeah, so here's I'll read you a good review from the fucking critics. Says some of them actually really liked it. Like, so this is from Kyle Logan of Chicago over here. He says, Leon's talent for tone control and his ability to shift from chaotic blood-soaked joy to horrifying blood-soaked hopelessness makes Terrifier 3 work as more than a special effects exhibition. So, yeah, Terrifier 3 works on many levels, and most importantly, on the gore level, which we really, really happy about.
No, I like the gore, so the gore makes me happy.